So this video is going to be looking into a meta-analysis, and the meta-analysis consists of studies which compare SSRIs to St. John's wort. Now these are both being measured in relation to depression therapy. So the idea of this meta-analysis is basically to see what's more effective, SSRIs or St. John's wort when it comes to treating depression, and also which is safer, and pretty much things like that. Now they do have a table here listing all 27 articles, and it seems like it has 3,126 patients overall, so not a bad amount of people and a good amount of studies, to be fair. I've seen meta-analysis with way less than this before. They do have some figures or visuals. I will put them up. I don't really like them. I don't think they're very easy to read. So I'm just going to kind of summarize the results and talk about the comparison between St. John's wort and SSRIs. Now, before I do go into the results, I do want to say this isn't medical advice, and I really recommend anyone considering to do anything in relation to this talk to a medical professional. And there's also potential dangers of mixing St. John's wort with SSRIs. You definitely shouldn't do that. It can be dangerous. And if you are taking medication, I would recommend just do whatever your doctor or medical professional tells you. Now, the first thing I will point out is that they found that St. John's wort and SSRIs were both effective at treating mild to moderate depression. They also found that St. John's wort did not differ to SSRIs when it came to clinical response, remission, and mean reduction in Hamilton Rating Scale for Depression score, which is basically just a measure of how depressed you are. The only difference they did seem to find is that St. John's wort extract actually had significantly lower rate of adverse effects when compared to SSRIs. So it seems like they're saying that St. John's wort is just as good as SSRIs, except it just has less side effects. Now, in their conclusion, they do say how St. John's wort could potentially be a preferred treatment method, and they also list a little bit earlier on in the study that St. John's wort is still slightly controversial. Now, I'm not really sure why it would be controversial. Maybe there's more to it. Maybe it's just a big conspiracy and people don't want anyone to use a natural supplement. I'm not really sure because I don't know enough about it, but it does seem here that St. John's wort could be a better option, but I'm not going to start recommending anything to anyone. This is just what the meta-analysis seems to be saying. And yeah, I thought it was a cool, interesting study. And again, this is something that can just be over the counter, and I might even try it myself. But again, talk to a medical professional if you are considering anything like this. And yeah, I thought it was quite a cool study. I wish it had some better visuals and graphs and tables, but it is what it is. And yeah, thank you for watching the video. I appreciate it. And yeah, thanks again.